Simon, one story that doesn't go away at the moment, and it centres on, you got it, Kylian Mbappe. So we discussed this yesterday. Mbappe's told PSG he'll not be renewing his contract beyond 2024, and he'll resist any attempts to sell him this summer. PSG say he must extend his deal, which expires next June, or they will offload him now to avoid losing him for nothing. Simon, it's all got very messy, isn't it? I mean, the club briefing against the player briefing against the club. Here's the situation. I mean, would it put anybody off going after him now? If any of the big guns... I mean, when it comes down to it, is he the boy that might stop Manchester City's further dominance? And if he is he worth going for? With all the baggage that seemingly goes with him. And I'm talking about maybe the soon-to-be Qatari-owned Manchester United, if that is the case. Maybe Bowley and Chelsea. Maybe... somebody else. Arsenal.
You mean from the point of view of bringing him into English football?
Right.
Well, he's a remarkable talent. I mean, I'm not entirely sure there's very much wrong with what he's done besides deciding that you needed to brief the media first. And he's got a contract, and if he wants to leave, he can leave. And if he doesn't want to sign a new contract, he doesn't have to sign a new contract.
True.
He's under no obligation to do so. And this debate about what he's doing and why he's doing it and what the underlying reasons for it are steeped in conjecture, which is he wants to leverage PSG into buying better players and to fulfilling their obligations to try and be the dominant force in European football. That's a narrative that's being advanced, and it may be right? But the only issue in this is that he's gone and briefed a newspaper. And I don't quite understand why he would feel the necessity to do that, but I would imagine it's because he wants to position himself in the best possible way. He wants to do what David Sullivan has just done with Declan Rice. He wants to control the narrative. He wants to control the direction of travel.
Well, does he? He said it was leaked. And it had nothing to do with him.
What I've read and heard is he's responding, isn't he? He's responding to the accusations and the report that he wants to join Real Madrid. So he wrote on Twitter, that's lies. And then there was a statement from Mbappe or Mbappe's people.
Now, he's leaked a letter. He's leaked a letter to a newspaper.
He's leaked it?
Well, it's been leaked.
It's been leaked.
I mean, I don't know who could have leaked it, but somebody within his circle has done it. So
probably a big circle.
Well, maybe it is, but not. Why would a big circle have access to a letter that's been ultimately drafted by people that are very close to him? So that circle has been chosen to be widened because it deflects from the reality of potentially the motivation being his agent or someone around him that will have done it. No one would have done it without Kylian Mbappe's knowledge.
But he says PSG have known about this desire to go for a year now.
Someone's lying. Someone's not telling the truth, but it's kind of irrelevant because the position is exactly what Simon said. Mbappe's in a position now where even if PSG want to sell him, which I would imagine they do, because you'd want to get some money.
If he doesn't want to go, he won't go.
Exactly. So it's all in it. It's all on him.
This is it. This is the ridiculousn's of football. We've created little monsters and then wonder why they behave like little monsters. You know, you've given them this ridiculous financial landscape. You've given this belief that actually they are the start, the middle and the end of everything. And talent, of course, drives it. We all know that the talent is part of the actual outcome that needs to be at the front of the queue for economic rewards. But when you start moving into the territory of allowing the lunatics to run the asylum, then you get what you've got.
Yeah. And although you going back to the point, if he did leave, although he's a wonderful talent, I can't. Whatever team you could put him in, I still don't think they match City.
Just sell him.
I agree.
If I'm PSG, just sell him.
Yeah, I would. But what if he says no?
200 million quid, off you go. Fantastic.
Absolutely.
We'll buy somebody else.
You need a buyer, though, don't you?
And if there is a buyer out there, what if there is a buyer out there, which there inevitably will be, it'll be about a price. Everyone will try and chisel the price into a perspective that maximum benefit for them. The agents will try and get as much money out of they possibly can. Mbappe, we already know. We sat in a car with his agent between games in Qatar, nearly falling off our chairs to be told what this kid's getting on a weekly basis, which is double-digit millions.
Incredible.
And of course, that's now that's actually looking like underpaid with what we're actually seeing going on in Saudi now with some of the ridiculousness that's over there.
Yeah.
But if I'm PSG, I think there's an element of Middle Eastern ownership that wants to operate in a certain way and expects its staff to behave and toe the line, because that's how Middle Eastern ownership operates. They don't like being questioned. They don't like having things done out of kilter with the way they think they should be. Hence the reasons why the Saudis or the UAE ownership of Manchester City has a perspective about how it has to answer charges from UEFA or how it has to answer charges from the Premier League. Actually, it gets quite irritated by the indignation it feels about people having the audacity to ask them. I think there's an element of this with PSG. This is a player that's running out of contract, and ultimately the balance is shifting into him. That's it. That's all. That's all there is to it.
So just sell him.
Sell him.
Get money for him, but just sell him.
Why don't you want to sell him? Because he's a French player playing for the Paris in Paris for PSG and all that goes with it.
Yeah.
You can't manage a situation. It's
He needs
unmanageable.
to go.
Danny,
He's
surely
in a
he's the
comfort
X
zone.
factor for any Premier League club. If you want to stop City's domination, surely he's the man to bring in. If United want to win this thing next season, surely, if Liverpool want to get back on top,
Well, he won't go.
find
Liverpool.
the money and buy Mbappe.
If United's a more realistic one, but I don't think he'd go there. I don't think he wants to come to England.
Even
I
if the
think
Qataris get their hands in the club
maybe, but
and change it
he
from
would
top to bottom.
he would help them, of course. His talent is undoubted.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing footballer. But from a footballing perspective, which is the way I like to look at it, if I was him, I'd be wanting a new challenge. He's too comfortable there. Too easy for him. Too easy.
I think you're right. So United fans, Chelsea fans, even Arsenal fans, I mean, if you want to stop City's domination, surely Kylian Mbappe now, and as Simon says, just sell him. And he's right. That's what PSG should do and probably will do. So is he not the difference between City dominating again and your club maybe having a tilt at what City are doing and your club winning the title itself? You can give us a call on that. Mbappe, probably soon to be out of Paris.
No way.
Sooner than later.
No way he's going.
You know where he's going?
No chance.
Okay.
Why would he?
He's going to try and pare it down.
He'll do another year and then get even more money.
Do you think Nasser wants him to play for them next season, Simon?
I think
after all this,
I think Nasser wants to get control of the situation, and I think it's gone beyond that.
He can't.
He can't get control of it.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.